So this is the last book. And it's so appropriate because it's from Usher's library. And James Usher was one of the foundational collections in the old library. And it actually occurred to me the other day, en masse. They haven't been moved since 1732. So for 300 years, they've been there in their own place. He gave us about 10,000 theological volumes. And like all great libraries, they are founded on these very generous donations.
I suppose what I'm seeing is the empty shelves of this wonderful building, but at the same time a sense that we have now catalogued, protected and conserved the 800,000 volumes that have been in this library, and they're now in a safe place as we start the next phase of development of this building.
The Decant Story actually goes back quite a number of years. One, we did the pollution study, so we were able to say what type of material was falling in on the books, where it was coming, you know, through the windows, through the doors, what was the material, what were the sources of the material. And college alumni had supported since 2004 the cleaning of the books as part of this project to sort of raise awareness. So in 2019, the conservation team started to work with me on calculating how long it would take to clean the collection, how many people were required, and what we needed in place to sort of get through it. The decant proper was 1.5 years and 30 people at the height of it working on the collection. The collection is fragile, 25% is in pretty poor condition, and we were looking to build in protections for the long term. So when the collection returns, we wanted to have more in place to protect the collection for the future.
I arrived in here about 1.5 years ago, and there was a team of 8 of us working in the gallery, clean and tag and like measure and all these books. And we started with the shelves that are under the windows so the tourists wouldn't see that books are gone. And then slowly the books started to be moved out.
Most surprising things we'd find are the notes and annotations that would be on books, or especially books that were given as gifts to people for their birthdays and would be really nicely scribed inside. And seeing also how people's handwriting has changed. But that's like the social history aspect of like every single book has its own story and then the story that we leave on it.
So I'm here to measure. So for each book we first measure the width, then the depth, and then the height. And then we put the slip with all the measurements into the book for the person who catalogs it.
So I'm checking the record of each book. So I'm basically just checking the details of the book against what's in the digital catalogue. With the record I'm checking now, it's all fine, but we have found plenty of books since the project began that haven't had any record on the system. Maybe they were in an old catalogue and didn't get transferred digitally. So that's been a really useful part of what we're doing. When this material is packed and goes off site, yeah, it's brought in by other departments in the library and can be accessed by readers in the reading room.
So I'm just like scanning in the books that were tagged, and I'm just putting them on a sheet so we know what books are in which boxes. And then I'm just putting them in the boxes.
Well, here we are, the Usher Library basement. This is our new interim research collection study centre. So here we will consult manuscripts, archives, early printed books and special collections. We can accommodate around 24 readers at any given time, and we have a seminar room for teaching with collections, which is critically important to us. Well, the major difference you might notice, this is a 21st century building, so operationally for us, it's more efficient, we can provide services more quickly, but really this is a temporary space that allows us to undertake the physical redevelopment of the old library building. And if you think through what we've done over the last 2 years, we have cleaned, we've digitally inventoried, we have security tagged every single item from the old library building. So we can track and trace everything digitally now, alongside our traditional catalogues. And we have been able to move those collections into a storage facility that is low oxygen. So we've significantly reduced the risk to that collection whilst the refurbishment of the old library building takes place.
I see a beautiful long room. People still come in and drop their voice. I'm dying to bring all the books back, I have to say, but it's still itself. The whole philosophy of this project, it's all about legacy, long-termism, conservation. It's an incomparable collection and an incomparable building, and it's not just for the next 10 years, it's for centuries.